Hillary Clinton starting to show some signs of frustration over questions about whether she can beat Bernie Sanders in the primaries. Check out this back and forth that happened with Rachel Maddow.
That was June 7th, 2008, when you got out of the race and endorsed President Obama. June 7th, 2016 will be the California primary this year. Is that when you, if you're ahead in the vote, if you're ahead in pledged delegates?
I am ahead in the vote. I am way ahead in the vote. No, wait a minute. Look, I have the greatest respect for Senator Sanders, but really, what he and his supporters are now saying just doesn't add up. I have 2.7 million more votes than he has. I have more than 250 more pledged delegates. I'm very proud of the campaign that we have run and the support we have gotten. And of course, we're going to work together. As I said, I share a lot of the same goals. We are going to work together. But I am ahead. And let's start from that premise while we talk about what happens next, okay?
Just a little frustration there. Let's bring in our panel. Karine Jean-Pierre, she is the former deputy campaign manager for Martin O'Malley, and Chip Saltzman. He is the former 2008 campaign manager for Mike Huckabee's presidential bid. Thank you both for joining us.
Good to be with you.
Thanks for having us. Karine, I'll start with you. I mean, you could hear the frustration in her voice there, and she's right. I mean, you add in the superdelegates, and she's only about 400 or so short of the 2,383 needed to clinch the nomination. So why are we continuing to go down this path?
Well, look, she's the presumptive nominee, but can't quite claim the title yet, right? And that's the anger that you see there from last night. But look, I think the call for Bernie Sanders to drop out is a little premature. He's still very much drawing big, large crowds, right? Tens of thousands of people are coming out to see him. His message is resonating, and he's energizing, right? He's energizing that base, that youth, that critical youth vote that Democrats are going to need, and she can't afford to alienate that critical voting bloc, because as we saw in 2008, without that youth vote and all their coalition, Obama wouldn't have made it to the White House. So I think that's really important for her to realize, in her campaign, to remember that you can't alienate Bernie Sanders right now. And as Rachel Maddow started off with her question, she was in the race 4 days past the last primary contest, and when it was all said and done, when she was asked to, bring everybody together, and I was on the Obama campaign in 2008. We were on pins and needles, and she brought everybody together. All her supporters she delivered to Obama.
Yes, we're going to talk a little bit about that as well in just a minute. But Chip, I did want to ask you something that Karine just brought up, and that's alienating potential voters who would cross over to her who are currently supporting Sanders. How does she do that?
Yeah, she's got to be very careful here, because again, it's a lot of the youth vote, which was Karine was talking about, and for a lot of those those youth voters, Hillary Clinton is their grandparents' politician, or maybe their parents' politician, and the youth vote is clearly behind Bernie Sanders. He's got them energized, he's got them focused, they're excited to vote for Bernie Sanders. They're not so excited to vote for Hillary. He's going to have to make that case at some point, if he gets out of this race, why they should vote for Hillary Clinton. And if they perceive that Hillary Clinton has snubbed Bernie Sanders, they're not going to be enthusiastic going into November, and she can't win without him.
Yeah, but part of her frustration is Bernie Sanders is seemingly not willing to do that yet. Listen to this exchange that happened with one of the young voters who said not only would he not support her, he won't vote for her. Listen.
I believe you will win the nomination and the presidency, but if you don't, will you encourage your supporters to vote for Secretary Clinton?
Dave, thanks for the question, and let me answer it in this way. First, I think it is, we're not a movement where I can snap my fingers and say to you or to anybody else what you should do, because you won't listen to me. You shouldn't. You'll make these decisions yourself.
So, Karine, that was just what you were referencing. I mean, he's not willing to do that yet. Today, he is behind in at least 4 of the 5 states where delegates are up for grabs. What should he do should he come out today and tonight with losses across 5 states?
Look, I don't think he's going to drop out. I think he'll take this to California till June 7th, which is fine. You know, I think both candidates have brought, you know, a lot of voters out to come out and vote in the primary for Democrats, and have made, and whoever's the nominee, they're going to be a better candidate in the general election. I think he'll come around. I really do. I think in 2008 it was a lot more contentious between Obama and Clinton, and she was able to deliver her supporters to Obama, and I think he'll come around, and he'll have a great speaking spot at the convention if he's not the nominee, and he'll deliver his supporters. I truly believe that.
And Chip, do you think that maybe he's withholding that, of course, until he drops out, but also because he does want a significant role, along with a speaking role at the convention, a role in drafting the, you know, the convention platform as well? He said that.
Yeah, all of the above. All of the above. And don't forget one thing. Bernie Sanders is having a blast. He does not want to get out of this race. He is raising a ton of money. He's flying around on private jets. He's giving speeches in front of 10 or 15,000 people. He's got a Secret Service detail. When he gets out of the race, he loses all that. So he is going to stay in as long as he can because he's having more fun than he's ever had. He's not necessarily a party guy. He's a lot less interested in the DNC platform than he is in his platform, and he's going to use every delegate that he can muster to make sure his presence is felt at the convention this summer.
Yeah, he's really an independent. I mean, Karine, we only have a brief moment left to wrap it up, but in terms of the different things like the $15 minimum wage, the Wall Street banks, the banning fracking, are those all issues that Hillary Clinton does need to embrace in order to get his supporters over on her side? She does say now that she's in favor of the $14 minimum wage.
Yeah, most definitely. I think she's going to have to embrace those different planks that Bernie Sanders is bringing forth, especially if she wants this youth vote that we've been talking about. You know, he's really energized the base and has made this race really exciting, and folks are paying attention. Look at what happened in New York with exit polls showing 7 out of 10 voters said that they were energized about this primary. So I think there's a lot there to consider, Yeah,
so the goal for her needs to be to carry over that excitement into the general election.
Exactly.
Well, see if she can do that. All right, Karine Jean-Pierre, thank you for joining us, and Chip Saltzman, thank you.
Good, thanks.
Thank you.